You ever feel like you're just drowning in a huge list of vocabulary words, and then poof, a week later they're gone? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to crack the code on building a really powerful vocabulary. And I'll tell you what, it's got nothing to do with just memorizing. It's all about becoming a word detective.
Yeah, it's that classic cram and forget cycle, and honestly, it's a total trap. We've all been there, right? You spend hours and hours trying to shove these words into your brain, and then they just disappear right when you need them. It's more than just frustrating, it's just a broken way to learn.
I mean, think about it. Rote learning, it's kind of like writing on a foggy window. You know, the words are there for a second, but then they just fade away. And that's because you're not making any real, lasting connections in your brain. So the big question is, how do we actually carve these words into our long-term memory? Well, let me show you how. And here's the good news. There is a better way. It's called the root word method. And trust me, it's going to completely change how you see words. Get this, over 60% of all English words come from Greek or Latin roots. So this method, it's like having a secret key that can unlock the meaning of literally thousands of words, even ones you've never ever seen before. Ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, detective, time to open our first case file. Our target word is abate. Now, it might look a little mysterious at first, but just like any good detective knows, the clues are always hiding in plain sight. You just gotta know where to look. So, our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to crack the code of abate. In Bengali, this means kome jawa or proshomito hua. Just picture this. A huge storm is raging, and then it slowly starts to calm down. Or maybe you have a terrible headache, and it finally starts to fade away. That feeling? That's abate. But now let's figure out why.
Okay, this is where the magic really happens. Let's break this thing down. First up, you've got the root ab, which means away. Simple enough. Then you've got bakra, which means to beat. So you put them together, what do you get? To beat away. It's like the storm's power is being literally beaten back. I mean, how cool is that? And look, here it is in action. The storm finally abated. See how perfectly that fits? The storm's power was beaten away. It's just so much easier to remember when you actually get the logic behind it, right?
Now to really lock this in, let's look at the company Abate keeps. Think of its synonyms, its friends. Words like diminish and subside. They all have that same vibe of something getting smaller or weaker. And then you have its antonyms, its enemies, like intensify and increase. Looking at both sides of the coin like this really helps paint the full picture.
All right, case file number 1, solved. You're getting good at this. Now, let's put those new detective skills to the test with our next target word, aberrant. You ready for this?
So, aberrant means potobhrashto or oshabhavik. You know, think of that one character in a movie who just does completely unexpected things. Their behavior is totally out there, not what you'd call ordinary. That is aberrant behavior. It's all about wandering off the normal, expected path.
Okay, time to get the magnifying glass out again. Take a close look. Do you see it? That first part, ab, it should look pretty familiar. Yep, it's the same one from abate, meaning away from. And the second part, errare, means to wander or to err. So, put it all together. Aberrant literally means to wander away from the path. It's a perfect match for the Bengali meaning potobhrashto.
And here it is, out in the wild. His aberrant behavior shocked everyone. You can almost see it, can't you? His behavior just wandering way off the path of what everyone considers normal. Once you see those roots, the meaning just clicks.
So if you think about it like a spectrum, right? On one end, you have aberrant and its buddies, deviant and abnormal. They're all about straying from the path. And way over on the other end, you've got the antonyms, normal and typical, which keep things right on the straight and narrow. It's really just about where you stand in relation to what's considered normal. So, let's take a step back. What have we really learned here? I mean, this isn't just about the words abate and aberrant, right? This is about a completely new way of looking at language. You've basically transformed from a simple memorizer into a word decoder, and that, my friends, is an absolute game changer.
So why does this method work so incredibly well? Well, think of it this way. You're not just renting words in your short-term memory anymore. You're buying them and putting them away for good in your long-term memory. You're going to learn faster, you're going to remember words for way longer, and you'll get this amazing confidence to figure out any new word you come across.
You officially have the tools now. You are a true word detective. So from now on, when you see a word that stumps you, don't just automatically reach for the dictionary. No! Dig a little deeper, find those roots, break the code. So get out there and start decoding. My question for you is, what word will you tackle first?